Bum ba bum ba dum. Are we good? Live? Live and direct from the TTC. Boom, 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 and make my heart go zoom, zoom. Am I sipping out back there? Whoa, super chat. How'd that happen? I can't even see it. I can't see it. Oh, it's from Pierce, $4.99. Sir, it says. Hello, sir. What's up, sir? Hi, everybody. I am leaving the Walt Disney World where I just got done hanging out with DC, Michelle. I'm going to leave this off for a second. Mike and Lisa. We hung out with the crew. We had a good time. We rode Rise of the Resistance, and we went to Oga's, and I had another chance to get into a lovely conversation with some crappy cast members. Just so everybody knows, it's like my favorite thing. So I just brought those guys back. I thought I just saw Betsy here at the Contemporary. You did, yeah. She was in and out. In and out. I thought I was parking beside you, but guess not. You thought you were parking beside me? I was parked super up front. Super up front. Oh, my hair is wet. Sarah J. At least you got to the Christmas party by 10:30. That's not bad. I was expecting like 11:30. Manny, what's up, Manny? What's up, y'all? Hope you're having a fantastic night. We are heading back home because we got some Legos to build, y'all. What a fun night. It was great hanging out with DC, Michelle, Mike, and Lisa off stream, off camera. All getting to just kind of enjoy ourselves and talk freely. And it was nice. I don't get a lot of chances to do that around the old Diz World anymore. what's up? Luckily, we got a couple Ronto wraps to bring home. That was very nice. Mike and Lisa hooked everybody up with some Ronto wraps tonight. These guys are awesome. I know it's very late to start a stream, but you know what? Gotta get it in today, right? Can't skip a day. We can't miss a day now. That ain't happening. Not on my watch. But you'll all be happy to know that tomorrow we are gonna go to the parks. We're gonna go to Epcot Center. We're gonna watch some fireworks, do the whole thing. You'll be excited to know tomorrow's Epcot Day. And then we'll be back to the Magic on Sunday. And I'll be at Animal Kingdom on Monday. It's my tentative plan. Not even tentative, it's actually what's going to happen. Because I got to get back into them parks. Boy, I miss being in the parks. It's busy and the cast members are kind of, some of them are awesome and some of them are terrible, but whatever, I gotta get back. James, what's up, James? How you doing? I don't know if anybody's at the Christmas party tonight or whatever's going on over there. And get some Lego done. I had some crazy dreams last night. You ever have just a crazy ass dream and you wake up from it and you're just like, what was that about? And you're just like, what's up with that? Does they all go and drive into the Animal Kingdom? Thinking to themselves, how do I get out of here? I miss the heydays of Disney, you know? I miss the heyday. When there was 3 o'clock parades and everything just seemed so much more normal. But at the end of the day, we gotta be happy that we got something and not nothing. slide that around too much. Slide them Ronto wraps around too much. Yeah, so like I said, I feel bad that I haven't been in the parks, and it's my bad. I'm sorry it took me so long to get my head right. But I'm good. I'm pretty much ready to get my butt back into the parks. So tomorrow we're going to go to Epcot for a while. We'll probably have a pretty damn big day at Epcot tomorrow, if I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be surprised if we were there for like 6-7 hours. Like, we really kind of feel good to have one day where I just kind of get after it. It's a Saturday. It's kind of like processional. You know, I don't know any of that. I mean, I would like to think that I could put my nose to the grindstone and just kind of, you know, pick enough thing. Maybe even get, I don't know, is it a Genie Plus kind of day to try to ride more things? Do I accept those wait times? And we just try to keep the entertainment up a little bit more? You know? Super blessed to be able to do this, to entertain and have fun and blah blah blah. So I gotta wrap it up. I think I may cry. They are the sweetest. Yeah, Mike and Lisa, is that what you're talking about? They're amazing. Just came and brought you your gifts. No way, that's nice. So how'd they get into the party? Yeah, no, they're awesome. Mike and Lisa are super, super, super cool. Super down to earth, and like, I don't know, I don't usually come across a lot of people who I genuinely like. So I genuinely like them. I will say that I gotta definitely get on my grind here for the next few days. Don't forget that my parents are coming a week from Monday. Is that where we are? Or a week from Tuesday? So I got 2 full days with them, like big full park days, like, you know, big long days. So I'm definitely gonna stream, you know, if not all or a chunk of those, you know what I mean? Dad stream, yeah, he might want to. He wouldn't be bad at it, really. Maybe for like just a ride or something. See what he's got to go. Anyway, we are going to go. Oh my God, why does everybody want to? Just don't get it. We are going to go see Spider-Man on that Monday when they get it here. Sounds like we're all going to go see Spider-Man again after the New Year as well with DC and Michelle. They rented out a theater kind of in their neck of the woods. I'll have to holler at Mike and Lisa if they want to go. But it'll be fun. I'm seeing it again Thursday. Yeah, I'm probably going to go on, I'm thinking I'm going to go Sunday night. Oh, no, I'm not. I'll go Monday. Yeah, I'll go Monday night. It doesn't really matter. To be honest with you, I've been just watching the whole thing on YouTube because it's all on there. All the good clips are on YouTube, and you can just watch those. I watched them all about 100 times, so I think I'm good. I can't wait to see it again, but I watched all the good stuff like literally 100 times. God, that was so good, man. Spidey was so good. Ugh. Jenny? Hello, Jenny. My buddy Jimmy went and saw it tonight, and he was like, I told him, I said, message me as soon as you get done. And he messaged me all the good stuff. He was also like, I hate these movie theaters. Like, yeah, everybody just screams the whole time. I can't even. It's funny. I was thinking that kind of the same. I kind of embraced it a little bit, but there were moments where I was like, all right, can we just calm down a little bit? There were definitely moments of screaming and clapping, but like some of the claps, you were just kind of like, all right. This isn't really happening. This is just a movie. Yeah, it's got a 95 or something on Rotten Tomatoes, so. Those are bright lights back there. I finished Death Note last night as well. I gotta tell you, for a show that started so insanely strong, I was really struggling to get through the last 10, if not more, episodes. It's only got 37 episodes, so the fact that 10 of them, if not more, you're struggling through, I don't know. It had a very change. Yeah, I just kind of started repeating the same grounds and like. But I will say, all in all, it was beautiful. I think the ending was fantastic. I thought it was very, very well done, and I'm ultimately happy that I saw it. Although it was not as entertaining in certain parts as I'd like it to have been. Still a good show that I'm happy I saw. That's a fart can right there. Jesus Christ, imagine if your car sounded like that. That's how you want it to sound. Not just. More Marvel movies yet to come. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. Very excited for that movie. Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. I hate people in their Porsches. I hate people in their Porsches. Yeah, what else am I gonna watch? Anything else on my docket? Oh, I watched Law Abiding Citizen the other night. Holy shit, I forgot how good that movie was. It was great watching it coming off of Death Note too, because they're very much the same, you know, good versus evil, the law versus the bad guy, who's the bad guy. Hello, Adam. What's up, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. I know it's a late night. If you could just hit the like button for me. We're not trying to do much here tonight. We're just trying to get the stream in more than anything. How did I like Spidey? Oh, it was the best movie ever. Best ever. the best Spider-Man movie, the second best Marvel movie, best movie I've seen all year, best movie I've seen probably since God knows what. It was an event. It was a cinematic event, and boy was it good. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? So, pulling into my house, we'll have a little bit of lag here. Looking forward to getting the Lego done, getting some water, because I haven't drank any water like all day. I feel so dehydrated. So it's time to get rehydrated. I could have swore I plugged my Christmas lights in before I left. I guess I didn't. Seeing it in the morning, not really into Spider-Man. Yeah, trust me. If you're not into it, then the movie's gonna suck. Well, I don't know if it's gonna suck, but if you're not into Spider-Man, then you just be like, this was whatever. For me, a Spider-Man obsessive for the better part of the past 20 years. Yeah, I was contented. Oh, and I am contented. I got a lot of stuff to get out of here. A lot of stuff to get out of this guy. Okay. First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole club feel it. And I be in the murder bands, I be holding you down like I'm giving lessons in physics. What? You could want a bad bitch like this. Strap it up, pick it up just like this. Couple ace, couple goons, couple queens, and man, what happened? Was Kristen Dunst in it? Kristen Dunst. My God, that would have been crazy. Kristen Dunst. She hung upside down and kissed Spider-Man's Tom Holland full mouth. That would have been so good. All right, maybe it wasn't a perfect movie because it didn't have Tom Holland full mouth kissing Mary Jane upside, or not Mary Jane. That specific Kristen Dunst. That would have been awesome. Okay, all this stuff out of the car. First things first, I'm not relaxed. Drop this and let the whole club relax. We're gonna charge up the gimbal. Take the backpack inside. We'll deal with the rest. Don't forget She-Hulk. Well, that's a TV show, yeah. I'm looking forward to all the Marvel stuff. Number one thing I'm looking forward to is the Marvels with Kamala Khan as Ms. Marvel. Yikes. The Toronto Raps made it home in peace. They sure did. There it is, the at-home Ronto Rap. The best. Right. There it is, you see it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where's your leader? Take me to your leader. Let me check my Wi-Fi. Better. Better. Okay. Wow, everything I have is like done. Like, what's up? Every battery I have is dead. My phone battery, my watch battery, black screen. I'll fix it. Did that work? Funny, me and all my buddies are laughing about the fact that we went and saw Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3. Not this Spider-Man 3, the first Spider-Man 3. Okay, Mike and Lisa were nice enough to give us a couple of Christmas gifts here. So let's see. I did see the top, which has the best all-time soap. And I got to tell you, they probably grabbed the best looking one I've ever seen, because look at that blue. Blue's my favorite of the like 6 colors in here. And this one's just like literally, look at the amount of purple, barely any. Which I've had some that had this amount of purple, and those were terrible. Because that's like the grape, and I don't really like grape. But this blue raspberry kind of one, oh, it's like my favorite. So thank you guys for that. We also got some candy cane O's, which are like Oreo kind of thing. And I love special edition cookies and stuff like that, so you know I'm gonna eat the hell out of that. Buffalo wing popcorn? No way! Cool. Air popped buffalo wing popcorn. How sick is that, huh? Chocolate covered bacon popcorn. Wow, that's about as up my alley as something could possibly be. Those two flavors are like my ultimate flavors. Oh, very nice of these guys. Starbucks gift card. Thank you. You know, those go a very long way. Oh, cool card. Look at this. It's a Lego card. Oh, no way. And it comes with the tree? No, it does not. Oh my God, it does. Dude, look. It is. Look at the box art. Look at it. It's the same thing. Oh, we gotta, no way. You know how much you had to spend? Like $50 to get this thing. Oh, now I can definitely build it next week. Cause look at, there's one in here. And it comes with the package and everything? Yeah, it does. This is cool. I had no idea there were Lego cards out there. And it's only $9. You get the card and the Lego? Oh. Mike and Lisa hadn't been to Disney for 2 years. It says, "Dear Tom, you brought us back the magic of Disney. For that, we can never thank you enough." Thank you, guys. It was so much fun hanging out with them tonight. They were the nicest people. I mean, DC and Michelle and Mike and Lisa, it was like being around like the nicest people you know. They gave us some Slim Jims. But let me ask you a question, guys. Do you notice this right here? They have different information. This is the deli style, and this is the monster size. What? So this one's got 14 grams of protein. This one's got 11 grams of protein. 240, 260 on the calories. They both have just so much different. Everything's different. Wow. Who knew? I didn't know there was different kinds of Slim Jims. Oh, and of course, look at that. Oh, and another little gift card in here. Jersey Mike's. Hell yes. Oh my God, I love Jersey Mike's. That's gonna push us over the free sub limit. But what I knew that they had got, and I didn't know the rest, is they got us some chocolate covered bacon. One of them, which has no covering at all. Oh yeah, it does. But look at this, something they must be doing new because I haven't gotten any chocolate covered bacon in a couple weeks. Look at this. Oh, the chili one. I haven't had this in a while. I love the chili. Look at that. They're doing little Mickeys on them now. That's adorable. It's white chocolate, so it's not that adorable, but. Ooh. Oh, I forgot how spicy that is. Ooh, the chili one. Wow, how nice is that, huh? That's incredible. Oh, awesome. That's really nice. And Dawn, too. When Dawn was down here, she gave us a very nice Christmas gift. You guys are amazing. That's a good little assortment of snacks right there. Looking forward to eating these snacks. Sweet. So, it was a good night. I will say I was a little surprised by, we did not have it was very, very interesting at Rise tonight. It's about 4 or 5 minutes to park close. We are standing in Docking Bay 7 waiting for our food. I look at everybody, say, you know what, guys? You're going to have to go ahead and ride this because we're not going to all get there on time. You can ask to be the last ones on, and if I'm not there by then, tell them there's a guy in a red shirt. Maybe they'll let me on after. Anyway, it's probably about 9:04. Not even 9:05. It was 9:03 or 9:04. I was literally just banging my watch every couple seconds. I was like, I am coming with 7 Ronto wraps on a tray. I get to the line. DC, Michelle, Mike, and Lisa are all just hanging out front. It looks like we're all good to go. They're like, yeah, we're all good. They said we're good. We all ding in. And like the coordinator comes over for a second. He was like, oh, gas? Because, you know, DC has the access pass. He's like, oh, you guys, like, you know, it's after the park's closed. So we all start like, whoa, what do you mean? Why didn't you tell us this and that? And so he's like, I'm going to let you on. He's like, but just know that I shouldn't. And so I turned around. I was like, yeah. I was like, you know what would be good is if you had told all of those guys that so they didn't miss the chance to ride because I would have missed. I was fine with waiting, right? I was all good. So we were kind of all just like talking about it in line. We were like, wow, that guy was super rude. Like, that was crazy. He was the coordinator. We're like, wow, he was really rude. We ride the ride. Well, I'm sorry. We go through the first stages of the ride where you're getting ready to get interrogated. The girl, Emily's her name, she starts walking up and down the thing. She comes over. Me and Michelle have our bags on, and she's like, take your backpacks off and hold them in your hands so it's easier to get onto the vehicle. And I'm like, oh, this is some stupid part of her spiel or whatever. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm not, obviously not taking my backpack off. I'm holding 7 Ronto wraps here. Like, I'm all set. Like, you know. And she's like, please take your bags off. And so everybody was like, oh, for real? Like, Michelle, like, kind of like, okay, I guess. Like, I'll take my bag off. And she looks at me. She's like, I don't know what he's doing. I said, I'm definitely not taking my backpack off. And she said, well, then you're not getting on the ride. I said, oh, yeah? I was like, is that so? I was like, you know how many times I've been on this ride? And she was like, I don't know. I was like, about 100. I was like, is this a new thing? She's like, it started last week. And so I took my backpack off. I said, all right, sounds good. I'll be going to guest services after this. Thanks, Emily. Walked into the room, just throw my backpack back on. Get into the ride vehicle. The family that was on silver gets in blue, right? Nobody says anything to them about it, so that me, DC, Michelle, and like Mike and Lisa all don't ride in the same vehicle, even though we queue together, red and blue. The other family, hey, who has no idea what's going on, they're just like jumping the thing. We're all cool about it. Nobody says anything. We're like in the back, they're in the front of that one. We're peace signing each other at all the interactions, having a good time. We get off the ride. The girl who's unloading looks at me. She goes, oh, could you stand off to the side, please? I'm like, huh? She's like, you folks there, like if you could just wait, please. I'm like, for what? She's like, I have a coordinator coming to speak with you. I'm like, about the girl who was an asshole to me in the line? Is that what he's coming to talk to me about? Because I'm not really going to wait for that. I'm just going to go to guest services. She turns around. He's like, oh, well, he's here anyway. And who is it? It's the guy who was an asshole to us in the front. So he's like, oh, but I'm like, dude, you're a jerk? I'm like, and the girl in there's a jerk. What's up? What's going on here? Like, we're all just trying to have a good time. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, at the front, like, you told this guy you don't care about his DAS pass. He's got, I didn't say this. I'm like, he has like brain cancer. I'm like, you're like talking to this guy, you're talking down to him. I'm like, about what you should and shouldn't let us do. I'm like, you're on some power trip, right? I'm like, and then this girl in here is on a power trip, telling me I got to take my bag off. He's like, no, it's just a recommendation, sir, to get you on the ride faster. I'm like, not the way she said it. She said, I'm not riding if I don't take my backpack off. I'm like, and now you got this girl here? Hey, she's detaining me. Just so you know, buddy, I'm like, this is detainment. Asking me to step off to the side, not explaining to me what I'm waiting for. It's detainment. You're not security. Like, nobody can ask me to. He's like, well, sir, we can ask you to do whatever we'd like. It's up to you if you respond. I'm like, here's the deal, right? This is all bullshit back here tonight. I'm like, and you guys should all really get it together. You should all be like, I'm super happy that I work here at Disney. You don't want to take your backpack off? No problem, sir. I know I'm a first order officer. I'm just taking it to the umpteenth degree. I'm like, you guys are all on a power trip. That's what I told him. And he's like, well, he was like, it's very hard because guests yell at us all day. I'm like, you know why? Because you're an asshole. I'm like, people yell at you all day because you're an asshole. Surprise. He was like, well, if you're going to go complain to get services, like, I guess you can just go. I'm like, okay. I hit him with I was like, sounds good. And I just left. I could care less. But I'm just like, dude, like, Google me. My name's Tom Does Disney. Like, I'm here all the time. Like, I have friends who are coordinators, leaders. I know people so high up in this company. I'm like, what in the hell is the matter with you back here today? You're telling a guy with literal cancer what he can and can't do on his DAS. What he should and shouldn't be able to do. Really? If I was pissed enough? That guy could have just gotten canned that night. Tonight. That could have been his last night. If I was live for any of it, I would have lost my mind. Because really, it didn't occur to me until we left and DC mentioned it. He was like in passing, because they were cool. Everybody was cool about it. But DC was like, man, it's interesting, because he did say to me when we were getting onto this, he was like, oh, I basically don't care about your DAS. I was like, that's a good point, dude. If I had realized that back there, I would not have just been all good. Like, we would have brought this to I would have been like leader out here now, like everything. Yeah, Mike and Lisa too. It's their trip, right? Hey, they're like gonna get on Rise, this thing they're looking forward to the most. And everybody's literally just at the gate telling them, you're totally cool, don't worry about it. Let your friend bring you the 7 Ronto wraps that you just spent $120 on. It's all gravy, this is Disney. There's a line of 120 minutes here of standby, so we're not going anywhere anytime soon. To then have the coordinator come over and want to flex. That's what drove me crazy. And as soon as I saw him coming up to us at the end, I was like, dude, what is going on back here today? Huh? I'm like, what's happening? Y'all are tripping, right? I'm like, you guys are tripping? I did say it just like that to him. I was like, you guys should be like, yeah, I'm here at Disney. I work at Disney. Woohoo! I'm like, that ain't happening back here, right? It was hard because guests yell at us all day. I'm like, because you're an asshole. You know who guests don't yell at? People who are like, woohoo, welcome to Disney. Oh my gosh. Oh, 4 minutes late on your DAS because this guy's got 7 Ronto wraps. Y'all have a great time. Bright suns, rising moons, well bartered. Well bartered. I was shocked. Luckily, as I told the guy, I just pulled the back. I was like, dude, I'm like, what are we even? I gotta go. You had a cast member got sent home on the spot from a manager. Yeah, that should have happened to that girl that day on the 50th anniversary with the water. Remember that? Remember the water girl? I mean, some of them have gone on into legend and become funny, like Bill at the Country Bear Jamboree who closed the door on us. Like, that stuff is funny. I was like, are you for real, man? Yep. What's your name? Bill. I'm like, cool. Like, that's gravy. But some of them really go on these outrageous power trips and make comments that are so outrageous and unnecessary. And the first order thing, that's a whole different ball game, you know. If I don't take my backpack off and you don't want to break character or something, you definitely don't tell me something that's against the rules, even if you were just in character or something. You just say something in character, right? And if you're not good enough to be in character all the time, then get the hell out of Disney. You're on stage. I remember traditions. I know how it all goes. You're on stage. Be on stage. She said the ride. She's like, you won't go on the ride. I'm like, this isn't a ride, lady. This is happening to me, right? Like, this is happening to me, right? Like, we're in the... So say to me, well, Kylo Ren will go through your bag and you'll have to deal with him. Don't spoil it. Be like, General Hux will deal with you. Ta-da! Stupid Emily. Well, you're not getting on because I am 25. I am not hearing any of this. Hola, Bird. What's up, Bird? What are you doing up? It's 11 o'clock on a Friday night. What the hell? What in the world are you doing awake? Are you coming back or going? What are you doing? What's up? Look who's here. My best friend and my dad at the same time. What a great life I live. You guys should say hi to each other. Mark, Raymond. Say hello. Out with the boys. All right, well, have fun with the boys. Jesus Christ, out with the boys. 62. 61. No, 70. Wait a minute, how old are you? You were born in 1960. That's 40 years to 2000, 50 to 20, 60 to 2020. Yeah, 61. Nice, there we go. And a hello has been exchanged. I'm a happy camper. Thanks. Yeah, I did the math. I broke it down. What was with the poop emoji anyway? You just dropping in, just like, what's up, Dookie? So. But with the good, pardon me, with the bad, there is the good. Tonight, we had some awesome cast members. The guy rap battled, dance battled me and DC at Ronto Roasters, at Docking Bay 7 rather. He was a blast, had a ton of jokes. We were all having a great time. Who's that, Mitch? What? Dude. You know how happy that makes me to see you in my chat, bro? Disney Mitch in the house, man. The artist formerly known as Pop Century Mitch. I hope the next time you're in the Disney World, we can link up, man. I know it seems like the crowds have all kind of dispersed. We don't all run as together as we once seemed. But I think me and you, man, we should just grab a drink. I'd love to catch up with you. You always kept... I like Mitch because he's cool. He's down to earth. Daniel Thomas, look for you tomorrow night. Dude, I look forward to that. I'll be at the Epcot Center. It's going to be a blast. Yeah, so anyway, the cast member at Docking Bay was awesome tonight. The cast member who was the flight deck manager at Oga's killer. It was awesome. Helped us right out. Got us on a booth like instantly. You know, everybody was cool. Everybody was super nice today. The people at Slinky Dog were nice, easy to deal with. God knows what was going on at Rise tonight, but hey, I guess everybody has bad days. Do you see how many empty docks is? Do you see how empty docks is? Did you see? Wow, can I read or what? Did you see how empty docks is? What's that? What's docks? Doc McStuffins? Tom, where will you be on New Year's Eve? I'll be at, who the hell knows, man. I think I might be seeing Spider-Man. Nah, Mitch used to hang out here, Jesse. Back when I'm saying, I feel like we were all used to be. I used to see Aaron and Mitch and Tanya. I guess a lot of those people, I guess I don't really want to see anymore. But Mitch, I do. Some of them I don't want to see, but Mitch, I do. He's cool. Just, I'll be taking over the stream soon. Yep. He'll get a couple hours of dealing with y'all in the parks where you're a whole different animal than you are here in the car. A little bit more, a little bit more active, shall we say. I'll be there in the chat to keep it all tight. Doc Ondars. Dude, there was nobody in Doc Ondars tonight. When we went in there, there were 0 people. There was also 1 lightsaber. I'm sorry, not 1 lightsaber. There was 1 type of lightsaber. You could only get Leia's lightsaber. It's only 1. Everything else, gone. Jesse take over. Yeah, heck yeah. Brian took over. You know, he did a great job. Jesse can take over. My dad can take over. Maybe my buddy Zach will take over when he's here. I recently learned that, yeah, hell yeah, bro. You don't got to tell me. I had a year. I had a year, let me tell you. I learned a lot. Last night, they were down to just Ray's lightsaber. It was like a fire sale happened. That's amazing. What? Tonight we were discussing the James Webb Telescope. Who are you hanging out with, nerds? What the hell is this? What the? Dude, I'm a pretty nerdy guy. What is this? All right. That's good. That's excellent conversation right there. Jesus Christ. Most people are talking about nonsense compared to that. I need to take over. Oh, hell yeah. I didn't know that you were interested. You could do that anytime you want. We have to celebrate New Year's and remind us that the magic is in all of us. I know, that's my line. Disney stole from me. Imagine the money they are losing due to the store's inventory being gone. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, huh? I said you could take over. That's fine. Replacement for the Hubble. Like I said, I'm a pretty nerdy dude, and that one flew under my radar. Space jokes. The world ain't ready for a Kent takeover. Maybe they are, bro. Who knows? Did you watch Death Note, by the way? I know you watch all this stuff. You watch Death Note? I just finished it. Jesus Christ, I was like struggling towards the end. That was rough. But it was so good. It started so good. And it ended pretty damn good too. Not a replacement. Going deeper into space. Mad Hatter will tell you a thing or two. He should have been in your discussion. That man should have been in your discussion because he's the Mad Hatter. And he's got tea. He knows he spills the tea. Or a Jess takeover. I already said that Jesse can take over. Hell yeah, back in the day. Dude, I just watched it all. Pretty banging. Not gonna lie. Those first, like, 7 episodes. Holy God, I watched them all back to back. And then things got a little jukey. And then, like, I don't know, man, 15 to like 22. I was a little bit, what the hell? Or maybe that wasn't the exact order. All I can tell you is the last bit has been confusing. Possible origins of the Big Bang. What? The origins of the Big Bang, man. Big Bang is the Big Bang because of, it's super, like, you can't deny the Big Bang. Cosmic winds, gravitational pull. None of it exists without some type of singularity event. So that's easy. That's easy science. Without that event, there cannot be what exists. I miss you too, Mitch, and they haven't. The real question is, how does it happen? How does a singularity happen from nothing? And we're not there yet. That's Higgs-Boson stuff. That's the inside of atoms. That's the interior of the world that we don't know. Quantum mechanics. Miss you too, Mitch. Mitch and Sam. 2 people I haven't seen in a minute. Mitch and Sam. We're going to go and get some... What do we like to eat, the 3 of us together? We all go eat some, like... I'll eat whatever. Pasta? You guys like pasta? I know what Mitch likes. A little bit of apple juice. I know what Mitch likes. He likes apple juice, bro. I look back on those nights fondly. I gotta tell you, I think one of my favorite, star imploding one way. Yeah, Mitch is smart as hell, too. He'll school us all a little bit. But, Mitch likes the apple juice. One of my fond memories is me, you, and Tanya walking around the Caribbean beach. It's like the first time I'd ever been there, one of the only times I've ever walked around there. I just remember following her around like just following her. She was doing her thing, and me and you just hung out and talked all night. Sam was saying she hasn't seen you in forever. Never thought about it, or she could have went with us to Yachtsman. Yeah, hell yeah, that's all good. I haven't seen Sam in forever because, again, all the crowds changed, you know? All the crowds that once ran together kind of run apart now. It's the nature of the, what seems to be the YouTube-y type. I don't know. The more people you hang out with who don't or are not creators, the better. That's all I can say. And so I'm not saying don't hang out with creators or that ain't cool. I love hanging out with like people. Trust me, you see me around people who create 24/7. But on the whole, I think your best bet is to just have normal Disney friends. Normal ass Disney friends is probably the best way to go. Tom, you gotta see and watch me and my dad jam out together. My dad on the guitar and me on the bass. Dude, I would love that. You send me a video of that and I'll upload it to my channel. Overlapping interests? Who knows? It's a little deeper than that. And something I probably wouldn't get into too much. Egos are big. You know what Letterman said? Showbiz is like high school with money. Had to turn my fan on. It's a little warm in here, 76. I think I might have to turn it down. There's normal Disney people where? I know, that's the other thing, is that there are some people who don't create and they're crazy as hell. We're all crazy, really. Like I said to Mike and Lisa tonight, like at the end of the day, half my problems around Disney are my issues. Like, I'd have to be crazy to not realize that, you know? I've said that first, I think. Yeah. I've said a lot of things first. Devora! What's up there, Devora? How about, did you hear the thing with all the kids on TikTok? Today was like shoot up your school day. What happened with that? Nothing, right? Because it wasn't even real. I thought it was the craziest thing. Sarah sent that to me last night, and I started looking into it, and I'm like, wow, like, look at this. Like, every major publication, every little publication, like, every school newspaper's picking up this thing. But then you, like, go to TikTok, but there was nothing on TikTok. There was literally nothing. I mean, like, I think TikTok said they ultimately found, like, a handful of posts that originated from one person, and that there was really no circulation of it according to their algorithm and from what anybody could find. So I thought that was really weird. It's way better to be safe than sorry. I think every school should have just been like, Friday off, everybody. But then you give the kids the power, too, because then they're just going to be like, shoot your school up every day. And then you never have to go to school again. Oh, just put metal detectors in school. It's pretty easy. Kids got to go through metal detectors. They're cheap as shit, man. The stuff that school districts spend money on, come on, a metal detector? It's peanuts. You just put a kid through a metal detector. You can't hide a gun if you go through a metal detector. You ever been to an airport? We ain't talking full body cavity X-ray. We're talking you got anything bigger than an umbrella that's metal and it's going to set this puppy off. So, you know, good game. Like, what? How easy is that? I just don't get it. Why do you think that is? What do you guys think? Like, why do you think school districts, like, wouldn't do something? So many school districts do. You ain't going to the Bronx and shit and going to school without going through metal detectors. Why do you think more schools don't implement that kind of stuff? You know? What is that? Is it just like, is it blind hope that, like, this just will stop? Or do you think it's literally like penny pinching is so intense that like you can't even afford that kind of stuff? I just don't think that could possibly be the case, because I think if you rallied even like like a handful of the most rich or upper middle class people in any school district and we're like, we need a $3,000 metal detector, I'm pretty sure everybody'd be gravy to like throw it in. You know, I just don't get it. Isn't that what school boards are for and like this kind of stuff? Fundraising. Like, isn't this what this kind of stuff is for? So, I don't know. I think it's pretty foolish. I used to go to Disney Springs for work every day. Disney Springs is the most foot traffic Disney park of all the Disney parks. Upwards of 100,000 people come and go from Disney Springs on a busy day. And let me tell you something. For the first 7 months I worked there, you didn't have to go through any kind of security. And I thought that was the craziest shit I had ever heard in my life. And guess what Disney Springs has now? Security. So at some point, everybody's going to get the gist that if you're going into a bank, if you're going into here, there, we're a country that loves the guns. Everybody wants a gun, you get a gun, you get a gun. Guns for everybody. Certain places you can't bring them. You ever seen a cop bring somebody to jail? You know what the cop has to do with his gun? You got to lock it up in a box outside. There's certain places you can't bring a gun because it's dangerous to bring a gun. So those places have to have a way, whether it be on a trust and faith system, like it is at that kind of, like it is with the police who's bringing you to, or if it's on a we gotta check you system, like it is at a concert or the movies or anywhere else you go. There's the idea that like we just get rid of it's all just so crazy. Just install metal detectors. How fucking easy is that? It's crazy. It's crazy. Civil rights. I don't want my kid to have to go through a metal detector. Well, why? Because he never been to, like, anywhere in his whole life? Like, he doesn't go places? Your kid? What's he think? What do you mean? What do you mean? What about this is like tough? Ain't nothing tough about this. Just walk through it. Now, searching kids and all that, that's a different thing. They got to work on that part. That's way more complicated. Searching kids, hey, say you're a kid, you go through the metal detector and you set it off. That's where civil rights come in, because it gets weird. You can't be searching kids, right? In that way that most people aren't trained in. You have to handle kids differently. You know, you couldn't intimidate, you couldn't, there are certain, the mental process of it all would be different, of searching kids. But kids get searched at the airport. It's not like that training doesn't exist. So ultimately, it sounds like what each school district needs is they need to have a system in place where they have security. It's a part of the budget nowadays. Welcome to 2021. For the first 100 years, you know, of like really doing this, you know, well, we got away with it. Not really, because kids have been getting shot in school since the 90s. It's been 30 years. So like really, it's kind of insane actually that nothing's happened. It's a hot button issue, but I was crazy. It was crazy that all the schools shut down today, and I couldn't find that shit on, I couldn't find a single thing on TikTok anywhere. Nothing. The dudes I know who do TikTok, creators and stuff, I asked people, I was like, you see any of this? They're like, no, it's all nonsense. It's all perpetuated fake news. That's what Trump talked about. That's literally what the guy was talking about when he said fake news. Yeah, dude, of course. Oh, people who say teachers should carry are crazy. Yeah. Hell yeah. Totally. They're crazy. I'm a carry person, not around Disney. Duh. Yeah, dude, people should be carry people. I don't think that teachers should be made to carry, but I think that everybody should carry guns. Everybody. Everybody. Give them all guns for all I care about. Nah, it ain't really that. It's not, I don't really believe that. To be perfectly honest with you, I've seen how idiots just run around with their gun and they want to like bust it out on you at at a traffic thing because like you cut them off and like this guy's waving his pistol at you and he makes one mistake, things aren't gonna go great. You're not gonna have a great day. So to an extent there needs to be some kind of control on it, but there are places like here in Florida or Texas or North Dakota or wherever the hell you live where, it's pretty much, you want to pretty much be having a gun. Because there's too many other people with guns, Like, you gotta, like, if you were a teacher down here, like, I think you'd be better off definitely having, like, some kind of training. In Israel, you'll have to go through metal detectors nearly everywhere where any people gather. Bus stations, the mall, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because that's so new age, I wouldn't be surprised if places like, I know Japan's very much like that. I wouldn't be surprised if like you went to Dubai and you noticed a huge increase in like the amount of metal detection you went through. I mean, the idea of teachers carrying that's crazy. I just don't know the statistics, but every very high amount of shootings are done by students and ex-students. Yeah, but just the idea that like that's why you want your teachers to carry so that they could shoot one of their students who's shooting other kids. Just so you know, not everybody's got a super tight moral compass. Not everybody's going to be able to shoot a kid who's 14 and be able to say that was the right move 100%. Not everybody's capable of that. Some people are going to have that in their head of this, what if something else could have been done, You see soldiers that come back and wrestle with this. So it's not above or below anybody, but there are certain people who the act of murder is too much for them to bear. And so you don't necessarily want teachers in that role of being like the potential having to kill somebody. Police are trained, military trained. There's a lot of trained people out there. But you have to get the guns out of the school. so that nobody's tasked with shooting a child. A psychotic child who's killed other children, whatever. Nobody's task should be kill the child. The goal should be nobody's dying at school because there's no guns at school. Yeah, I know, Mitch. I know, dude. I have a lot of veteran friends. I got friends who were in the Marines. I have friends who were in the Army. I have Navy friends. I mean, I don't know anybody in the Air Force, but I have friends in most branches of the military. And, Captain Robert, who's in here all the time. Actually, he might have been Air Force, Captain Robert. But yeah, it's not everybody's right for doing something that needs to be done. That's what a hero is. A hero is somebody who can take charge in that moment, handle the situation regardless of age, sex, age, race, gender, anything. They can handle the situation and know that they did what they had to do and never look back on that. Those are heroes. Plain and simple. Yeah, he is Air Force. Right, Captain Robert was Air Force. And he's cool. I mean, I've talked to him at length outside of the chat too. He's a badass dude. Many of these kids have a paper trail of red flags. I know, and that's the craziest part. That is the craziest part, right? Is the idea that like a lot, and not just kids with guns at school, potential terrorists, when you go back and you watch some of this 9/11 stuff, you just like, how were we not picking up on this? How were documents not being read? How do some things happen? How does a crazy person go and get a gun legally? From a gun show, a gun store? Like, how does an actual crazy person get their hands on a gun? Because you'd think that somehow there'd be a way for that to not happen. But it just happens all the time. How about those two guys that just got put in jail? Remember they killed the black kid running around in the neighborhood? Because they thought he was like some robber or whatever. He was a nobody. He was just a kid, just living his life. They shot him in the street like vigilante justice. How do crazy people get guns? Normal person with a gun, you have the gun to protect yourself from situations where a gun is the only resort. Like a martial artist doesn't go around just kicking everybody's ass. He's trained to know when this deadly force he has and is just his hands, right? A guy who's really a black belt could just chop you in the throat and kill you at any second, and you'd stand no chance against him. Why don't crazy people learn that? Because you need discipline to even get there. So you can't be crazy and get a black belt. You can't be crazy and get dangerous with things like a real discipline. The only way you can be crazy and violent is with weapons, like an animal, like a monkey with a stick, You don't know what it does. You just know that it does something. And that's the bad part. I don't know. I've thought about this kind of stuff at length, trust me. I am constantly amazed at the situation. I am amazed at the people that get their hands on guns. Remember the guy, the Nevada shooter? Remember him? He shot up the concert from across the street from the hotel. And then all the weeks come afterwards, they were like, this guy was just bringing in bags of guns and fucking ammo. He had a goddamn arsenal. How does that happen? More importantly, how does a casino let that happen? Or a hotel? Wasn't it a casino? Because he was in a casino. How does a casino allow that? Because basically that's just like, this is like Ocean's 11. This guy could have just murked everybody, took the cash. Like, don't they even care about themselves enough? Are we even at a point where greedy-ass companies don't care enough about your safety that they would do anything to protect you, but they can't even think about what if it was them? That story, that's really kind of where I started to kind of turn the corner. I really started to turn the corner. Yes, I know. Walt Disney World comes in every day and checks your room. Exactly. Yeah, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Why it should be policy everywhere. Anybody who's like, that's like, I don't know, man. Anybody who's like, I'm gonna just chill up here and is bringing mad bags back and forth. Like, people are watching these cameras, right? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know how it's possible. I just don't get it. Some of them I understand. Don't agree with. Don't twist my word. Don't get me twisted, as the kids would say. Some of them I understand that there was nothing else you could have done. Let's put it that way. For a great example is this nightclub that got shot here. What, besides, again, like a school having metal detectors, what could you have done? Certain places you just don't expect there to be that kind of... You would think that there were enough people out there with hate in their hearts that everywhere would get shot up. So when it happens on a very small level like that, where it's not some guy who's bringing in all of his ammo to shoot the kids next door at the concert, or it's not some kid who got a hold of the gun next door, you know, or it's, you know, a pair of guys hanging out in a car, one sniping people out of the back of the trunk in DC. All these crazy things that you hear about with guns. Some of them, again, I'm just like, I understand how that's unavoidable. A guy driving around in the trunk sniping people. Like, what the hell? How do you stop that? You take cars away from people? But then there are some of them where you're just like, God damn, how did they let this happen? I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 2 presidential cycles you see a candidate who comes forward and his platform literally revolves around this idea of getting schools up to snuff for the upcoming centuries or whatever. Like, we need to look to the future. Like, I don't be surprised, because it's a hell of a platform to run on. It's such a, you couldn't disagree with it. It's a platform that you could run on, and nobody on either party people could not say, I hate that guy. You hate the guy that wants to beef up all the schools? That's the guy you hate? So somebody's going to run on the ticket of it's time to get the schools safe. And they'll have enough backing by the RNC or the DNC that they will believe in them as a candidate, and it'll push forward. It's the most no-brain presidential campaign. I could run it. Anybody could run it. That's your platform. Sure, everybody you gotta beef up on foreign relations. You gotta beef up on what you need to, they're gonna not just talk to you about this. It's gonna be infrastructure. It's gonna be all the normal stuff. Healthcare. How do you feel about, the rights to our own bodies? All that stuff that constantly comes up. The most genuine thing that anybody could run on: get schools safe. Period. Game over. You win. And if they did something about it, that would be even more incredible. You know what I mean? Like a real righteous person. Yeah, I know. That's I think I look at some situations like that and I'm like, huh. Yeah, I guess so. You are so right about that. That there's it's often as a person who has any kind of morality, base logic, it's very hard to put yourselves in the shoes of these, as you call them, dog brain people, because they are rampant. They are rampant across the country, dog brain people. Yeah. Well, even if you can get 70% of the vote, you'd be all right. Guys, I've got 15 minutes to build some Legos before it's midnight. So we're going to have to call it. Thanks. Come hang out on Bricks Live Insta, where we will be putting together the advent calendars. What's today? Day 16 or 17? Today's day 17. I'm hoping for some good out of each one of them. I'm gonna move this stuff. We're gonna get the Harry Potter Wi-Fi going. Wi-Fi, lo-fi. Harry Potter. Okay, I'm ready. We're going over there. See you on there. Good night to everybody. Thanks to the mod squad for keeping it modded. Gonzo. I like that. Night Gonzo. Hey, no, it was a pleasure. Thanks for chiming in. Mark's a teacher, so he's there. He's in the thick of this kind of conversation. Bricks Live. Click that link. Come watch the advent calendar. See you tomorrow, live from the Epcot Center. Mitch, good to see you in here tonight, buddy. I'll check y'all later.